Yes, it's the 904-704-1595 number.
I'm going to go to page 2353 of the same account. You recognize this?
Yes.
All right. And can you tell us what is depicted in the text at the bottom of that page?
R.I.P. Big Brother, you know I stood on all 10 about you. There's some emojis or something, and it says it's been a year.
Now, did you find a corresponding photograph for that text on a cell phone belonging to Abdul Robinson Sr.?
Yes.
And who is depicted in that photograph?
It's the graveside of Willie Addison.
Do you see the upload IP address associated with this?
Yes.
Right. And did you take note of that when you viewed this account?
Yes.
And we'll come back to that in a second. Still part of stage 227, page 2049. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
2050. See the photo ID at the top of that page?
Yes.
All right. Is that photo ID for the image that was on page 2049?
It is.
And does this upload IP address exist for this image as well?
It does.
And does this also contain information showing when that image was posted?
Yes.
And is that consistent with the video we just saw moments ago when you downloaded it on January 20th, 2020?
Yes.
This is just in UTC time?
Yes, sir.
Page 2155 of the same account. Does that indicate a photograph including text at the bottom?
Yes.
Right. And what is the text?
We don't play.
Right. And you also have the upload IP address associated with that?
I do.
And when was this photograph uploaded?
UTC time is January 5th of 2020.
The next slide, is that the photograph associated with that text and photo ID from the previous page?
Yes.
The next slide, 2145. Is that another photograph that was contained on that same Instagram account?
Yes.
And then 2143, another image?
Yes.
And 2144, that photo ID at the top, is that for the previous photograph we just looked at?
Yes.
And does it contain the same upload IP address as the other images in the nail salon video?
It does.
Now going to page 6677. You recognize this page?
I do.
And can you just tell the jury briefly what's the significance of this page and what you see on it?
So if you look at item type, it says video call event. It says it's between one RPG Poppy. You have to look at the target ID. You'll notice it's the same as the one for Raekwon Howard, and then the Ksoo 23X account.
And when were those video calls taking place?
January 15th of 2020.
Does it show a time?
It does. It's 15:53.
That UTC time?
It is.
So would that be 10:53 a.m. in Eastern time? When was the murder again?
I'm sorry, it was January 15th around just before 11.
Showing you a different Instagram account. Do you see page 1 on this, sir?
Yes.
All right. And who is the account name at the top of the page?
It says Aki Scotty.
Is there, going to the next page, a verified phone number for this account?
There is.
And what is that phone number?
904-803-3671.
The next page, is this also part of that same Instagram account?
Yes.
And what's the significance of this photograph?
Depicts Mr. Whitaker.
And then page 278 on this account, does that just reflect the information associated with the image we just saw a moment ago?
Yes.
And then page 437, are these a series of messages?
Yes.
in that account? And how is reviewing some of these messages, how did that assist you in your investigation?
Verifying phone numbers. If you look, there's a message between the target account and a big Wani 64. He asked, "Shit, what's your line?" That person, the account holder, then replied, 904-803-3671.
Can you actually circle that on the screen?
Sorry, it is these two texts, specifically right here and right here.
And then page 1057, the same thing?
Again, you see the target holder talking to underscore KEKAOIR. And basically, right here, you see a message where it says, "Laugh my ass off. We will FaceTime you later." There, and then they reply with this number here. Again, it's the same 904-803-3671 number.
Now, this message is on January 31st of 2020.
Yes.
The prior message was that in December of 2019.
If you could go back, I could tell you, but I believe it was before.
Yes, do you see it there?
Yes, it was December 19th of 2019.
So that same phone number was being given out on December 19th of 2019, and then again at the end of January 2020.
Yes.
Abdul Robinson Jr., you indicated you identified an Instagram account. Do you recognize page 1?
I do.
The account name for this account?
It is KKRAXY, and the name is Crazy K.
Is Abdul Robinson Jr., does he have a nickname
Yes.
that you're aware of? And what is it?
Kareem or Crazy.
Page 436. Can you tell the jury what we're looking at here? And you can circle it on the screen.
You're looking at messages between the K Crazy account and various people. There's one message from the author that says, "Send me your number." It's right here. And then
437, is that a continuation of that same communications?
yes, you can still see the video 4.0.
And then going to 438, what do we see?
The continuation of the conversation, and eventually the author of the K Crazy account sends a phone number at the very top right here. It is a 904-624-3684 number.
And then page 694.
Same thing. You see the K Crazy account talking to Queen of Diamonds, but it's spelled differently. At the end, at the bottom there, she asks, "What's your number?" Oh. Sorry, right there. "What's your number?"
And then on 695, do we see that number?
Yep, and then he replied here with a 478-491-2831 number.
Going to page 1172.
Again, you see the K Crazy account talking to a beautified tip, is what it says. And the author sends a message, or the K Crazy account sends a message. "You can tell old boy to call me at 904-624-3684, right there.
Is that on January 4th of 2020?
It is.
$11.16 of the same Hey Crazy Instagram account. You recognize this page?
Yes.
And is this the data associated with a video file that you found on Instagram, on this Instagram?
Yes.
And is this that video file?
That is it.
Based on your review of the Instagram records you received, did you also identify a phone number for Torgon Williams?
I did.
Do you recall what that number was?
It's 305-321. I can't remember how it ends.
0896. Does that sound familiar?
It does sound familiar.
That number that you identified, did you ultimately get cell phone records for each and every one of those numbers?
Yes.
All right, so the number associated with Hakeem Robinson, his Instagram account, Leroy Whitaker's, and Abdul Robinson Jr.'s,
Yes.
in addition to Torgon Williams?
Yes.
Did you then receive from the cell phone carriers for each of those numbers subscriber information, call detail records, cell site location information, data files, if available?
Yes.
Did you find anything in your review of those records that connected Chiffon Hogan to this investigation?
No.
Based on his cell phone records and where that device was located, was it anywhere near the shopping plaza at the time of the murder, or Townsend Boulevard where the Nissan Altima was located?
No.
Was there any communications from his cell phone records that you found connecting him to any of these suspects?
No.
I want to show you demonstrative aid states 10F. The cell phone records are currently already in evidence, but I just want to go through some of the information that's been provided for these phone numbers for the jury. So this is essentially a caller legend. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
All right. And are these cell phone records that we're about to look at color-coded?
Yes, they are.
And is that just for ease of reference for the jury as you're explaining some of these?
Yes, because there's there's various numbers, and it's hard to keep track of these number twos.
And all of the records are actually on disc and evidence for the jury, but at this point, just for ease of reference, we're going to go through some of those selected phone numbers and the calls, okay?
Overruled.
Start with phone number 478-305-9583.
Okay.
And actually, before we go into that, can you explain to the jury how you identified this specific number?
So while going through the Instagram account of the Ksoo 23X account, I observed several IP addresses. I subpoenaed the IP addresses to various phone carriers. The phone carriers returned the 478-305-9583 number, and I did a historical cell site warrant for that number and got, I believe, data records.
Now, the IP address that you referenced, that you noticed and caused you to send that subpoena request in, that then identified that phone number, was that the IP address we referenced a few moments ago associated with the upload of the nail salon video and image,
Yes.
as well as the images of Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker together on January 4th of 2020?
Yes.
Now, once you identified the 478-305-9583 number, did you also request records from Apple associated with that account?
I did.
And did you identify an iCloud account associated with that specific number?
I did. It was a House of Pain 904.
And was the 478-305-9583 number, how was that connected to that account?
So, I don't know who has an iPhone, who doesn't. So whenever you set up an iPhone on your iPhone, it asks for an Apple ID. Typically, it's an email address. And in this case, it was the House of Pain 904.
Was the 478-305-9583 number the verified number for that account?
Yes.
So starting with the 478-305-9583, is this subscriber information that you received back from T-Mobile related to that specific number?
It is.
And who is the subscriber name for this?
Is a Daryl Watts.
And when's the activation date?
Activation date is 11/12/2019.
Next slide, can you tell the jury what we're looking at here that is highlighted?
So the two highlighted portions, you'll see the calling number is that 478-491-2831 number.
Sorry.
There's two calls on January 15th.
And the time frame It says 14:13:46 and 14:26:29. Is that in UTC time?
It is.
So would you have to subtract 5 hours to get it in Eastern time?
At that time of the year, yes.
And so that would make it, what time? Actually,
Around 9:13 a.m.
I'll take that account for a moment. Going to 904, 704, 1595. That's the verified number for the Ksoo 23X Instagram account.
It is.
And who is the name associated with the subscriber information for that phone number?
Ebony Walters.
The next slide associated with this account, can you explain to the jury what we're looking at in terms of the highlighted portions at the top and bottom?
You'll see 2 phone calls, one on January 15th, another one on January 17th between the 904-704-1595 number and then the 904-624-3684 number.
And so the 904-624-3684 number, based on Instagram records, you believe to be associated with who?
Abdul Robinson Sr. Sorry.
All right, and so that's a very brief call, but that's on January 15th, 2020, and it looks like just after midnight.
Yes.
Now, the next series of slides still associated with 904-704-1595. Do these depict the data usage for that phone on January 15th, 2020?
It appears to, yes.
And does it appear to be fairly consistent data on the phone beginning just after midnight through the bottom of the columns on this page?
Yes.
And that takes us to about 5:08 a.m. on January 15th, 2020?
Yes.
And then next page, columns 26 through 33, that continued data activity.
Yes.
And then the next slide, 34 through 42, again,
Still activity, yes.
next slide, 43 through 53. And let me go back actually to the prior slide. It ends at 42. What's the time for the last activity for this phone on January 15, 2020? Slide.
12:11.
So that would have been approximately 7:11 a.m.
Yes.
And then the next slide, the data activity begins at what time?
18:10.
So that would have been approximately what time?
1:10 in the afternoon.
So from just after 6 till 1:10 in the afternoon, no activity as reflected in these records.
As reflected in these records, yes.
Going to phone number 478-491-2831. Do you see the subscriber name associated with this account?
I do.
And what is that?
It is Daryl Watts.
The 478-491-2831 number, where was that identified as in Instagram accounts?
It was identified as Junior's number on his numbers.
Abdul Robinson Sr.'s?
Sorry, yes.
And so is this under the same account information as the other 478-305-9583 number?
Yes.
What's the activation date for this phone number?
11/12/2019 as well.
So is that the same for both 478 area code numbers?
Yes.
And can you tell the jury what we're looking at here on this slide?
We are looking at 2 phone calls at the very top between the both 478 area code numbers, and then after that, there's a phone call between the 904-624-3684 number and the 478-491-2831 number. And then in the middle, I think it goes to voicemail of some sort, but I guess they intended to call that number. So
Now, going to a different phone number, 904-624-3684. I believe you already indicated that was Abdul Robinson Jr.'s number.
yes,
This is the subscriber information for that number.
the account name is J Brown with an account effective date or activation date of 10/24/2019.
That's the same number that was given out on his Instagram account.
Sustained.
Is that the same number?
Yes.
All right. Going to the next slide, can you tell the jury what we're looking at? Are these called detail records?
Yes, they are called detail records. The highlighted red line is a Appears to be a phone call between Mr. Robinson's 904-704-1595 number and the 904-624-3684 number.
And what time is that?
It's January 15th, 2020 at, that's 5:24.
Is that in UTC time?
It is, sorry.
You can have to subtract 5 hours.
So it's about midnight 24.
The next slide.
At the bottom, you'll see the two in the green, that's 904-624, which is Mr. Abdul Robinson Jr.'s number, calling the 702-918-4911 phone number, which belongs to Mr. Barner.
And what time is this call?
It is 9:42 UTC -5, about 4:42 in the morning.
And then the next slide, we have a lot of different colors.
Yes, there's various calls from the 904-624 number. In the green, you'll see it's again Mr. Barner's number. In yellow, it is Mr. Lear Whitaker's number. In gray is Torgon Williams, and I think that's everybody's numbers, but it's constant phone activity from.
For what's highlighted in green, predominantly those 1, 2, 3 calls at the top. What are the time frames for those calls?
That's 9:45 UTC or 4:45 in the morning, and then the last one is 10:26 UTC, which is then 5:26.
Now the calls that are in gray, whose number was that again?
The phone number in gray belongs to Torgon Williams.
What time do those calls take place?
That call is at 10:48 or 5:48 a.m.
And does that continue to about 1,300 hours, I guess, in UTC time for Torgon Williams?
Yes,
And then there's an additional one at the bottom of the screen at 1619.
yes.
What about the calls in yellow? You said those were calls between Abdul Robinson Jr. and who?
Mr. Lear Whitaker.
What time are those calls predominantly taking place?
It is 16:04, so right around, it's 12. No, yeah. Or 11, sorry.
Going back to the top of the screen, though, what's the first call in yellow?
First call in yellow is at 10:48 or 5:48 in the morning.
And then a couple calls after that, shortly thereafter.
Yes, 11:01 to 11:08. You got 2 more calls.
And then going, as I think you were just referencing a moment ago, the majority of the calls at the bottom that are in yellow are around what time?
16:04 to 16:19 UTC.
That equates till just after 11 a.m.
Yes,
Does that continue into the next slide?
it does.
And again, are all the calls in yellow between Abdul Robinson Jr.'s number and the number you identify as Leroy Whitaker's?
Yes.
There's also a box in orange for at least one call. Do you see that?
Yes, the one in orange is between the 904-624-3684 and the 478-491-2831 numbers, which are both attributed to Mr. Abdul Robinson Jr.
Approximately when was that call?
That is at 16:54 or 11:54 and 11:55 a.m.
And then now we have boxes in blue.
So then in the blue, it is 904-866-2370, which is the primary phone number for Abdul Robinson Sr.
When did those calls begin to take place?
Those calls start at 17:20, so 12:20 in the afternoon.
And then the next slide, not as many highlighted, but who are those calls between?
Again, in the gray, we have the 305-321-0896 number, which is attributed to Mr. Torgon Williams. And then in the yellow, we have the 904-803-3671, which is Leroy Whitaker's numbers.
And approximately what time are those calls?
The call with Mr. Torgon Williams is at 19:34, so about 2:34 in the afternoon. And then the calls of Mr. Whitaker starts at 22:23, so that's 5:23.
For 904-803-3671, we don't have to go through all the calls, but is this the subscriber information that you obtained for that account as well?
Yes.
And then, just as a visual reference, what are all these calls?
Is a myriad of calls between the 904-624-3684 number and Mr. Whitaker's number.
So Abdul Robinson Jr. and Leroy Whitaker.
Yes.
Now, are these all on January 15, 2020?
Yes. Yellow, you have the 904-624. And then in blue, you have the 904-866-2370 number, all on January 15th, 2020.
904-866-2370 number that's in blue. Who did that phone number belong to?
Abdul Robinson Sr.
Based on a review of those cell phone records, the numbers that you identified, did you obtain, I guess, the historical cell site information and data files, if appropriate and available, and submit those to FBI, have them mapped to see kind of where those devices were located?
Yes.
Who was the agent that actually did the mapping?
Corley?
Was Agent Corley?
Yes.
Were you made aware of his results of mapping that data?
I've seen them, yes.
Did that assist you with your investigation?
It did.
Did it provide you with any indication of where your suspects, the people that you identified, were located?
Yes.
Right. Relevant to the areas and times appropriate in your investigation?
Yes.
And did it support the suspects you had identified?
It did.
Well, as to leading, it's overruled. And improper corroboration, what was the question? Did it,
I asked if the results that he was given by the FBI in terms of mapping, did that assist him with his investigation and corroborate what he was doing?
Clarification, bolstering.
overruled?
You can answer.
Yes, it did.
Now, when Leroy Whitaker was detained in Georgia, were there any cell phones that were actually collected by the East Point Police Department as well?
Yes.
And were there multiple cell phones?
Yes.
During your investigation, were you able to eventually take possession of those cell phones and bring them back to Jacksonville?
I was.
And did you obtain search warrants authorizing you to attempt to download those devices?
Yes.
Now, is that something that could be done relatively quickly, or does it sometimes take time?
Sometimes it takes time.
Did it take time for some of the devices in this case?
Yes, I think the last one broke earlier this year.
And is that because you did not have the password or code to get into the devices?
That's correct.
And who actually would have done the examination of the devices that you submitted?
A computer forensics analyst or detective.
Now, the phones that they were able to get into, were you provided a copy of the data obtained from those cell phones?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to go through the data associated with those devices?
Yes. Was
a phone that was using 904-803-3671, the phone number you identified as being used by Leroy Whitaker, was that phone ever found?
No.
Was a cell phone for 478-305-9583 ever found?
No.
Did you recover a cell phone that was using phone numbers identified as belonging to Abdul Robinson Jr., the 904 624-3684, as well as the 478-491 and 2831?
Yes.
Did you also identify a phone using Abdul Robinson Sr.'s number, 904-866-2370?
Yes.
Were any phones that were being used by Hakeem Robinson identified?
Yes.
For what phone number?
It was the 904-704-1595 number and the 904-704-8910.
And was the account for the 904-704-8910 activated after the murder of Charles McCormick?
I believe so, yes.
Now, as part of your investigation, did you also become familiar with someone named Natalie Gant?
Yes.
Were you able to identify her phone number?
Yes.
And what was that phone number?
It was a 904-485-7529 number.
Did you obtain cell phone records with her identified phone number.
Yes.
And did you submit those records to FBI to see if there was anything that they could map?
Yes.
Was there anything mappable?
I don't believe. So.
In April of 2022, was Natalie Gant subpoenaed to come in so that you could speak to her?
She was.
And did you have a conversation with her at that time?
I did.
Not getting into the specifics, but did she provide information that was relevant to your investigation?
She did.
After that conversation, did she lead you to any place?
Yes.
And where was that?
That was the apartments where she picked up Mr. Robinson.
Do you recall,
Hakeem Robinson.
do you recall the address of that
I
location?
want to say it's the 7201 Arlington Expressway
What type of location is it?
apartment complex.
And just behind that apartment complex, are there woods?
It backs up to the Tree Hill Nature Preserve.
What's on the other side of the Tree Hill Nature Preserve?
There's a small body of water, and then it leads up to Glen Echo.
And where is Glen Echo in relation to 1033 Townsend?
It is, by looking at a map, I want to say southeast. I have to look at a map.
Is it in that residential neighborhood?
Yes, it's in the same area.
Is it in the direction of travel that the individual caught on Belmead home video surveillance running across the street? Was it in that direction, general direction?
Yes, after obtaining the video from 1204 Belmead, that's what led me to go to Glen Echo.
Were you familiar with the 7201 Arlington Expressway apartment complex based on your investigation before speaking to Natalie?
Yes.
And why is that?
There is a woman by the name of Miss Boston, referencing someone mentioned the description of one of the suspects getting into a vehicle, a white female.
Did you have that apartment complex photographed after you were taken there by Ms. Gant?
I can't recall this time.
Are you familiar with another apartment complex? I think it's currently called Meza Apartments.
Yes.
Where is the Meza apartment complex located?
It's off of East Port Road.
And what is Eastport Road next to it, that location? Do you recall the other road?
It's not too far away from, I believe, Brown Jersey Court. And
You recognize Palm Lake Drive?
yes, I do.
Is that off of Eastport Road in Jacksonville?
It is.
And is that near that apartment complex?
Yes.
After you were conducting your investigation, did you eventually get arrest warrants for Hakeem Robinson, Leroy Whitaker, and Abdul Robinson Sr. for their involvement in the murder of Charles McCormick?
Yes.
And were they arrested on that warrant for second-degree murder?
Yes.
And then, can you arrest someone on first-degree murder?
No, they have to present the case for a grand jury, and the grand jury will indict them.
Did you also get an arrest warrant for Abdul Robinson Sr. for accessory after the fact?
Yes.
Now, after they were arrested, did you continue to work on your investigation, waiting for results and reviewing evidence?
Yes.
And was that an ongoing process?
Yes.
During that investigation, did you also identify a YouTube channel that was being used by Hakeem Robinson?
Yes.
You had a search warrant for that.
I did.
And did you identify or find anything that you thought was relevant to your investigation on that YouTube channel?
Yes. Several videos and IP addresses.
What were the two videos that you found to be relevant?
That same song, or the song of a child singing that Ksoo homicide song was on there, and I believe there was a clip of the sorry, I review my records right now. I can't really remember exactly what was on there.
Yeah, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Showing what's been marked for identification states. Take a moment to make the record.
Yes.
What is that?
It is part of the YouTube download results, search warrant results.
And what is the name?
Videos, FaceTime video call. It was Mr. Robinson.
Why was that? Makes sense. All relevant.
The clothing he's wearing in the video. It is a copy of the video Bang It Out by Mr. Hakeem Robinson or Ksoo 23X.
And why was that?
When we spoke with just a rifle that looked very similar to the one used in murder.
All right, any objections from Mr. Whitaker? Any objections from Mr. Robinson?
Previous motions, objections.
Okay, thank you. Those objections are overruled, so 8K will come in, I'm sorry, 8J will be marked into evidence as states number 192, and 8K will be marked into evidence as states 193.
Showing you what's in evidence, it states 192. Do you recognize this?
Yes,
And what is it?
it is the FaceTime video. You can see it's a gray body and appears to have black arms or dark colored arms and shoulders.
Objection, Your Honor, the evidence speaks for itself.
Okay, sustained.
Request to disregard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you'll disregard the last answer. You may view the video and determine what it shows.
To the right of this video, there's a box. Does that contain the metadata provided by YouTube?
Yes,
And looking at this, you have a upload IP address.
yes,
And does that upload IP address look familiar to you?
it does.
And what was that IP address?
It's the same one as I found on the Hakeem Robinson Ksoo 23X Instagram account. It also led me to the 478 number.
And then states 193.
They call me Ksoo.
During your investigation, you indicated you identified an iCloud account associated with the 478-305-9583. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you received the records associated with that account?
Yes,
Did you review it?
yes,
And did that account contain both photographs and videos?
it did.
Who was depicted in the photographs and videos of the House of Pain iCloud account?
Mr. Hakeem Robinson.
Was it Hakeem Robinson by himself, or was he with other people? What was predominantly on that account?
He was predominantly by himself, but there'd be other pictures of people knowing him.
But would he be, was Hakeem Robinson in all of those photographs and videos?
Yes,
Did you ever see Christopher Brown on that iCloud account?
No.
Did anything in your investigation ever link Christopher Brown to this crime in the terms of cell phone records, physical evidence, DNA, fingerprints, anything like that?
No.
Was there anything in your investigation that linked the 478-305-9583 number to Christopher Brown?
No.
For the records you obtained for the 478-305-9583, you recall approximately when the last activity was on that device?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Judge, I have no further questions.
Okay, cross by Mr. Whitaker.
Excuse me, may it please the court.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, Sergeant Smith. And before that, Detective Smith, sir. How many years with JSO?
11.
11 years. And you started off in patrol, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure after you successfully completed the police academy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And part of your training at the police academy is learning the criminal laws, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have to learn the elements of theft charges, robbery, violent charges, narcotics charges, sexual assault, the whole gambit, correct?
Correct.
Because as a patrol officer, you never know what you might be responding to, correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And there are many, many times that officers have to make quick decisions kind of right on the spot to take that legal knowledge they've learned and apply it in real time, correct? And part of that legal concept also becoming familiar with the legal concepts of attempt, like attempting to commit a crime, sir?
And the grounds? Not based on that question, I'll overrule.
You're aware of the legal concept of attempt?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Aware of the legal concept of a principal to a crime, right?
Yes.
Aware of the legal concept of being an accessory after the crime, correct?
Yes.
And for example, even back kind of in your patrol days, you may have responded to an allegation of theft at a store, two friends shopping at a store, and your job would be to investigate, should one be arrested, should both be arrested, correct?
Correct.
And you would arrest both of them if you had sufficient evidence they were working together, correct?
Correct.
And even as you have been promoted through your 11 years with the JSO, you still continue to apply this same kind of analysis, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, anytime you make an arrest, and especially on the level of homicide detective, you're going to actually be articulating your probable cause, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you'd either do it if you ended up in a situation where you did what they call a probable cause on view arrest, you would write up your probable cause in an arrest and booking report, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, you would do it through what's called an arrest warrant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in that arrest warrant, just like the arrest and booking report, you're going to articulate everything that you feel supports your probable cause to make that arrest, right?
Yes.
So going to 2020, sir, by that time in your career, you had been promoted as a homicide detective, correct?
Oh, okay. Sorry, homicide detective is not promotion at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
It's a lateral move.
Okay. Yes, sir. But being a homicide detective does carry an extra pressure, does it not, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I imagine one of the very first things that would be your responsibility as a lead homicide detective would be to contact the next of kin for that person who has passed, correct?
Correct.
And I imagine that that is probably one of, if not the most difficult thing you're asked to do.
It can
Is that
be.
fair, sir?
It can be.
And I have to assume that that does put the pressure on you as a detective of kind of an urgency, that you want to be responsive to these people that have lost their loved one, correct?
Yes.
And I'm sure it doesn't change your professional standards, but you'd agree with me that is an extra pressure that you carry, correct?
It can be construed as that.
And a pressure to hold those responsible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, in this particular case, you ultimately arrested Dominique Barner, who was 26 at the time of his arrest, correct?
I believe he was 26, yes, ma'am.
And Abdul Robinson Sr., who was 25 at his arrest.
I don't recall the exact age at the time.
Okay. And Hakeem Robinson, who was 21 years old, correct?
Correct.
And Abdul Robinson Sr., who was approximately 50 years old.
Or somewhere around there.
Okay. And then Leroy Whitaker, who you know had just barely 19 years old.
I can't remember his exact birthday, sorry.
At any point in your investigation, did you feel like the ages of these people were significant?
Significant how?
You tell me, did you find them significant or not, sir? Doesn't sound like you did.
No.
Okay. So let's talk for a second about your investigation. And obviously you've kind of laid out that the first break, if you will, in your investigation was Barbara Buckley's description specifically of Dominique Barner, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And based on the facts that you knew even that day on January 15th, did you feel confident that there was a connection between that crashed Altima and the burglary at Miss Buckley's home?
Yes.
Okay. And was that just basically based on the proximity of the two locations?
The proximity and then the video surveillance from the 1214 Timberlane.
Okay. And you obviously were aware and saw even that day this video surveillance footage that we've all seen that appears that there are two people jumping fences, correct?
Correct.
And might as well talk about it right now. You did have access to that day, as well as the dash cam video that actually captures the homicide, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were able to compare those two videos, obviously.
Yes.
Did it become obvious to you that the two people that are jumping through these yards could not have been the shooter?
That's correct.
And it's fair to make that assumption because the clothing is clearly different, correct?
Correct.
And you were able to determine, although it may have been several hours on January 15th before you had access to the ring surveillance videos showing the backyards, you were able that day to see the two different videos live to see that the clothing did not match.
I didn't see the 1214 Timberlane. Eventually I saw it. I believe Detective Gibson showed it to me.
Okay.
But I did not see it like from the victim or witness whose house it came from.
Okay. They provided it. You have a specific unit as well as officers. Some just have better technology skills than others, and you might have an officer that's able to download something himself, and if not, you have a specialized unit that does that, correct?
That's correct.
And everything as lead detective comes to you, right?
Eventually, yes.
I mean, ultimately, and
My niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas from the OOTA. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the OOTA. Welcome to the OOTA. All my niggas from the OOTA. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the OOTA. Welcome to the OOTA. insane. They tryna catch a Mustang. Young niggas putting in pain. It in the game, all for the game. Niggas ain't playing for nothing. Went in school, laying it bang. My little nigga kill my little nigga. Full-time job not to kill niggas. Jump off the porch of the field, nigga. You was in the house, I'm a field nigga. No fuck boys around real niggas. Been a drug dealer since a little nigga, huh? Taking a kilo, they'll kill a nigga. Fuck how you feel, nigga. To get some kilos, I'll kill a nigga too. Throw that rock like I'm Montana. Good head, raise my antennas. G49, not San Fran. Beat the box with my bandana. Then I dip set like I'm Santana. I'm in UK like that Montana. She bring me money, you press her. You got a jug and finesse her. I give a dick that'll change her life. You leave her change on the dresser. Shorty a wetty, a wetty. That pussy ready, get ready. Don't wanna get ahead of myself, but I want the head for the Getty. She said she fuck with the Oota. I tell her open a Chevy. All my niggas from the Oota. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn